So this is a little tour for all of you here to get the most out of the conference Energy 2023. We are exactly 3 weeks before the conference, and things are coming together, and it's this wonderful moment where the anxiety, may I say panic, kind of makes way for, hey, it's actually going to be all right. Everyone kind of wants to deliver this, and people have made space in their agenda. So everything looks very robust and firm and set up for success. And that's really also the moment where everyone should just really focus and lean in on scaling up the opportunities for you yourself and for the conference as such, because there's obviously a real win-win. The more people we can get to the conference, the better it is. And that's really one of the most important things to understand about this conference. It's a digital conference, completely online, and it's infinitely scalable. So last time around, we had 560 people who joined us, and we do believe that this time around, we may touch on the 1,000 or even beyond. If it's going to be 2,000, I wouldn't be worried. The technology can handle that. And that's really the cool thing to learn about this conference technology that I can absolutely warmly recommend. So I'm going to first give you a little tour around the conference technology. At the moment, only those people who are moderators and those people who are set up as speakers are set up to join the tool. All 100 speakers can already go into the tool and play with it and work with it and get used to it, because it's a little different than Teams or Zoom. But then shortly, at least 1 week ahead of the event, everyone also has a virtual booth, can also get into the tool upfront. So everyone can kind of update the booth even further, make it more beautiful. So I'm first going to start to give you a bit of a tour around this platform. And then I'm going to show you how you can drive value on a couple of fronts. And I'm going to touch on the points that were mentioned before. So one is really how the general networking goes, which is something that everyone individually can do. Secondly, we will talk about the virtual booth and how that kind of works. We will talk about the Innovation Award and about this day 3 as well, and how the conference is structured. But I think I can also say to Tony right up front that there's no big change with regard to the technology platform that we used last time round. Obviously, there are nuances, but by and large, it's the same technology, and we're just going to use it even better because now we're even more relaxed in how it all works. So let me share the screen and go through the platform in a moment. Sorry for that here. So this is not available for other people. I hope you can now see a platform, and I'm just going to switch here off the sound because that's something I don't need to hear while I'm talking to you. So I hope you all can see a bluish type of screen at the moment. On the top left-hand side, you should see a video that's running. It's the theme video of the conference, and it will be used, this video on the top left-hand corner, to do live streaming of live content, but not all the time, because it's more important that people actually go into the sessions, the many different sessions that take place, and that's part of the fun. So there's many parallel sessions people can attend. Here on the right-hand side, you will see which sessions are on offer so that people can jump into them. And so the king or the queen of the conference really is the audience, who will experience that they have lots of choice. On the other hand, some people may say, well, this is kind of maybe not ideal for the speakers who would like to have 1,000 people coming to their session, but yeah, that's tough luck. That's really how it works, and that's part of how you can really make an exciting online conference rather than a webinar of one Zoom call or Teams call. That's kind of what comes with the package. So on the left-hand side, you see the program.
I don't see anything on the screen.
What about other people?
I see I see an active video playing, people walking.
Yeah. So Anneliese, I think you're using this on the phone, so that's maybe not the ideal setting to listen to.
Okay,
yeah.
So I will look at the recording.
The recording, exactly. That seems like a good idea. So on the bottom left-hand side, you have the program, which really looks a bit like the computer that the gentleman is holding up, but then slightly differently. So let me go into that as well. Here, I can make it a bit smaller. There's two different overviews. Here's the program overview for the 28th, and this is the program overview for the 29th. And the sessions are still shifting a little bit, and people can make a choice where they would like to spend their time. And obviously, there's always something on offer, which makes it really interesting. And we will have on the third day, which is something I'm just going to flash up real quick here. Let me just go to this. Is the easiest way. Here, that's slide 3, just showing you a PowerPoint slide back at the moment. So first day, we will have mainly the country sessions and a little bit of thematic sessions. The second day is mainly thematic sessions. And on the third day, we will have basically all the recordings from all the sessions of the 2 days available for listen in a recorded format. So that will enable people who are in different time zones to catch up on stuff that has gone on whilst they were sleeping or not yet awake. I'm going back to the conference platform. I hope you can still follow me. If something is confusing, do let me know. Then we have here a kind of virtual meeting place, which we still need to flesh out further, so I cannot demonstrate that now. The Innovation Awards also are not really in place yet because we're still collecting the input for the nominations. And maybe just a very short summary on how that works. I'm going again to another website. Sorry for jumping around, but hopefully that also allows you to take a moment to, whenever you want to deep dive into it, to find more information. So here on our website, the one energy2023.org, you see that here, that's our website. Everything can be seen. So the Innovation Awards are also part of that overview. It does say that it's really there to help innovators bring things to life. It's never been easier to share information, but it's never been harder to actually get on the radar screen and literally land in people's attention zone very, very hard. And therefore, we believe this award scheme can really be helpful for some of these extraordinary game-changing innovations, small or large as they may be. So we are very happy for any innovations that people may have in mind. They don't need to be Shell alumni. They don't need to be only related to Shell in any shape or form. It's really useful innovations that help us to make things better, and obviously it's make things better in the new way. I guess sustainable energy in the widest sense will be what helps you to win, but it's not restricted only to renewables or something like that. Access to energy is also important, and you can see here all the information on that website, and here is the link that leads then to the Innovation Awards space. Before I go further, is there anything more deep that you were looking for? I'm happy to elaborate. Somebody said that. Good enough? Okay, good enough, I assume then. Then I will go back to the virtual booth. But before I go into the virtual booth...
Sorry, Dagmar, I had a question.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was on mute. So there is a company I would like to promote because they've got a beautiful, crazy idea, but they're in the process of still building it. Is that okay?
Sure, absolutely. So everyone can, as long as you can describe an idea, and as long as you can make it, you can bring it to life, because the request, if the nomination is confirmed, will be to produce kind of a pitch video or so. It's not a requirement, otherwise there's just written information, but usually that will help to actually bring things to life. So as long as somebody can bring something together that's visually interesting so that it really actually catches the attention, otherwise, yeah, nobody is served properly.
They can. I think they can do that. That's no problem. Thank you so much.
All right. And here also I want to show you on the website, you have this little demo and the Innovation Awards video, which is, the virtual booth video. And here I will also add now the sign up link for the virtual booth. I didn't put it there yet because I didn't want people to, I thought they may not understand. So the virtual booth does require that people have a business ticket of some sort. In Shell Alumni, when you have a premium ticket, you have a business ticket, or you can use a virtual booth, or external parties can also buy a virtual booth through having a ticket. So I'm just thinking actually that we haven't really done that properly. You see, things are going very fast here, so maybe we do need to make it a bit more explicit. But things are explained here as well. And if I go to the platform, just to make it clear how it kind of works, going back to the platform, I've set up one for demonstration purposes, which is our own booth, basically. So it's in the first instance, it's just a set of labels, so to speak, with a logo on it, and just took our own little network here to make things visible. So then we have a video in the middle that ideally you would want to make sure is really compelling and making people interested to find out more. So like an introduction video, so to speak. On the left and right hand side, you can put two people who are the primary people to contact. And so if people say, hey, Nell is there, I really want to understand what she's doing, then you can set up a meeting with her as well. All these details have not been filled in by then. You can put your whole CV there, or what it is that people should be contacting you for. Also, you can see here the information about the network or company and a couple of basic information points. And what's important to realize is that it really is completely automated. So this booth is not that somebody needs to sit behind it all day, but it does collect the leads that you really would like to have as a company that is trying to grow. And you can achieve that in several ways. And I'm going to show you what the outcome actually looks like in the end of the day. So the first and most important button is this one here on the bottom called brochure. And if somebody clicks that brochure link, this pop-up appears. If you just read that for a second. Yeah, so the person who clicks on it understands, hey, if I click on it, the company will receive my emails or my email address. Yeah, so it's from a data privacy point of view, 100% transparent, which I like. I'm a lawyer. So this is really clean and well done. You also have here the calls to action. They are not linked to immediate linkage to that email, but you can, of course, add as many kind of links here or downloads of brochures as you wish. And that, again, will be depicted in your data download later on. So what does that data download later on look like? So I'm going to close that for a second. I am going to the exhibitor guide, which can be downloaded again from our website. And it explains how you basically prepare, how you design your booth. So the basic booth we put in place for you. We basically ask you for a couple of information points through a SurveyMonkey survey. You fill it in, we put it in place, and then eventually tell you your booth is ready. Please take a look and make it better, even if you want to, by making the call to actions, for example, more better and more frequent. Also, you can see information that is linked to the so it really describes the whole kind of flow of the virtual booth. And now I just wanted to finish with regard to virtual booth with 2 slides. One is this one. That's one of the statistics you will receive afterwards, which is a way to benchmark a little bit on how your booth was attractive to the audience compared to other companies. And obviously, we will not have the names of the companies there. We will anonymize it, but you will see where you were in the statistics and how many people visited your booth compared to other booths, and how that kind of how that sits in the overall statistics. This is a real, obviously the ones were replaced, but the total numbers on the bottom were the ones produced in the last conference. And then there's the lead generation page, which is the thing that you probably would want to generate. It really is a list of names and emails and which company, and also how often these people came to your booth and how long they stayed in the booth, which is a clear indication of their interest, I guess. So you can follow up with those later on. So that is the summary on the virtual booth. Let me pause there for a second and just see if you have any questions. Okay. That is handy. I'd like to finish maybe with a view of the kind of general networking opportunities, which are there for 3 full days. And it's linked to what here you saw on the top right-hand corner. That's a whole kind of information segment that opens up. You have here the attendees, which obviously we have just a few at the moment, 101 speakers uploaded in the system right now. And they just have the most basic information, but eventually they will all be with pictures and with supplementary information. And we will have opportunities to zoom in on who's interested in hydrogen, who's in the digitalization space, so you can actually find the people that are in the same segment a bit more easily. And if I, let me just take Filipa Ferreira. Obviously, there's no information here, but you could say, if I really want to speak to Filipa, you can send her a meeting request or add her to the contacts, which you can again download on that 3rd day, for example. So it's a real good networking opportunities, and you will only be able to download the information if she accepts your request, right? So again, from a data privacy point of view, I'm really happy that we found this this tool. So that's kind of in a nutshell. There's always more to talk about. I think the last message I would like to leave you with is that it's really phenomenal. If anyone still has sponsoring contacts that may be interested, we can do so many fun things, also like networking roundtables, etc., with the branding on it. So we are happy to be creative. If people have ideas who may want to benefit, we would be very happy to go the extra mile, and would really appreciate that a lot. With, as you all know, Shell Alumni is still looking to make the way to become a break even. So any help there would be incredibly appreciated. Biljana, you want to have a question? You're on mute at the moment. I see your hand up, Biljana, but you're still on mute. So maybe that was not intentional. Right, I think we mentioned most things. We talked about what is different, basically not so much, other than that we use the tool even more fully, but in particular when it comes to the networking table. So for example, after the country sessions, which are also in and out themselves are new. We didn't have that before, but you'll have a country networking table after each of the country sessions, so people can really get to talk a little bit more. I showed you the platform. We talked about the Innovation Awards, and we talked a little bit about the use of the 3rd day. That's basically it from my side. Are there any other questions that people may have?
I should know the answer to this, Dagmar, already, and you may have said it earlier. The sponsoring members have booths only, is that correct? Or does all the speakers have a booth?
The speakers don't have a booth.
Okay, so just a sponsoring company is the only ones that have booths.
Well, in particular, the premium members.
Right.
And the business members. Yeah,
okay,
exactly. Okay. And the premium membership is something that's generally worthwhile considering, also because of the consulting work that we are doing and all of that kind of extra efforts. It's really also beyond what we originally promised with Shell alumni, definitely some added value. So that is what's required. And then for any conference, you would always have a virtual booth. And Biana, I see your question in the chat there. Biana, you are part of Shell alumni, so no, it's completely for free. Just joining is for free. All of you will be signed up automatically. And if people are sponsoring, then they can bring like a couple of people, like 10 people, I think, along for free as well. Shell staff can also join for free because Shell is also contributing to the sponsoring of this event together with a couple of other sponsors. And there's still some sponsoring options that are coming through the pipeline. Yeah, we generally said we want to make it very accessible. So 15 euros is the price for a private participation. As soon as people want to attend as a professional and really drive business value with a business email, we're going to be ruthless, kicking them out of the private segment because that's just not fair to us. But then the business ticket, which they can also deduct from their income, there will be 121 euros, so to speak, which is way less expensive than all these other conferences that are mushrooming everywhere. So again, good news for all Shell alumni. It's completely for free, and that's part of what we want to do for you. I see one question here to me. Oh, yeah, just Mabudo just said he needed to leave, and glad that you found it useful. Is there anyone else who has a question before we close?
No question, Dagmar, but thank you. It served my purpose. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Roger. Great. You're supporting the conference in many ways. Super appreciated. And have a wonderful day. And don't hesitate to ask questions if you have any. All right?
Will do.
But take care. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Everyone.